Hey, welcome to UToledo Mindful Monday. I'm Professor Jay and I shall be your host. You know, one of the things that happens when we take up a mindfulness practice and we start taking meditation into our lives and being mindful and throughout the day is we have access to more and more, let's say, subtle levels of our experience. And honestly, look, it's our experience, you know, it's kind of ticking by whether we tune into it or not. How about we tune into it, you know? And one of the really fascinating things that I learned is that when the mind starts to settle down and the body starts to still and I start to be able to actually pay attention and focus, right? As I start to notice a sort of internal feelings and movements that are there anyway, but just maybe a little bit subtle that I can't feel them without, you know, some practice. And there's this basic experience. It's really interesting. Check this out. You have some experience like this feeling I'm having right now, right? My skin's going, yeah, there it is. It's interesting to, first of all, be mindful of the experience. You know, taste what you're eating, hear what you're listening to, and be present with your moments. But the next step is to notice, you know, as my mind system, whatever, encounters this experience, is there a sense of attraction to that? Is there a sense of repulsion from it? Or is there a sense of kind of not caring about it? You know, is there an attraction? Is there an aversion? Or is there an apathy? And what's really interesting is that as you move through your day, even as you're listening to this, you know, the mind is constantly encountering its environment, internally and externally, and it's also constantly kind of sorting everything in these categories. There's this spontaneous response to experience, you know, that was terrible, or wow, what a great sound, or eh. And it's usually something we don't notice until it gets kind of dramatic or intense. What I'm going to suggest is that if you start to really notice, just subtly and very lightly, how the mind is constantly kind of doing this judging and this kind of evaluating of our experience, that actually it becomes very empowering and very freeing. Sometimes you might look at a person, let's say, who looks differently than you do, or looks similar to someone you had a situation with back in the day or whatever, and your mind will instantly go whoom and make these associations, positive, negative, or neutral. Maybe let's not so uncritically just accept that. You know, I found for myself that when I can actually notice that and question it, that I'm able to live a fuller and freer life. You know, sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's just kind of random chaos that presented that. So in order to live more fully into our lives and to really embody our moments, let's free ourselves from uncritically accepted attraction, aversion, and not caring about stuff. What do you want to do? How do you want to experience your moments? Figure it out and enjoy the process. We'll see you next week.